Okay, continuing on with our Sopranos Con event coverage, and doesn't it seem like it's going on? And that's a good thing. JohnRuggiero, thank you, is here with me. First of all, you can see he's so Hollywood he needs his glasses. Tell me that this isn't kick-ass right here. First thing I want to talk about is you used to work in the casino industry, and we're literally in Harrah's as we speak. So that must be kind of deja vu for you a bit. But more importantly, why the casino industry? Why is that so fascinating for people?
Well, I think that when I came down in in 1982 is when I came down. I actually worked here at Harrah's, believe it or not.
Wow.
So it is deja vu
sure.
in a lot of respects. Although this building wasn't here,
sure.
It's been added, over the course of the past, decade or so. But I just think that it's good to be back down here.
Oh, sure. I imagine.
It is.
And seeing everybody out, obviously, in a public
yes.
setting.
Oh, thank God, this COVID nonsense over.
Oh, my God, right.
Not that it's nonsense. I can't trivialize it. A lot of people passed away, and a lot of people got very sick.
Sure.
But, when I say nonsense, I mean the fact that we couldn't live our life. And now we're able to.
Absolutely.
So
You betcha.
I don't want to be insensitive by saying
of course.
using the word nonsense.
And we can cut that out as well, too.
Okay,
and
good.
make that pretty. Now, I know, of course, that you are Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Now, I'm not a big New Jersey person. This is my first time to Atlantic City. So, New Jersey, oftentimes when we talk about actors, everybody's used to the New York thing, etc. But I feel like New Jersey, Sopranos is here, yes.
Sure.
But tell me a bit about how Glen Ridge and that community kind of got you prepared for all of this, because this is a much bigger level.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, Glen Ridge was this great, small, little town, tight-knit town.
Sure.
But, it bordered, Newark, New Jersey, okay?
Sure.
Bloomfield, New Jersey, Montclair, New Jersey. And believe it or not, what you see on The Sopranos and the towns are the towns that I lived in.
Sure.
Or hung out in. And so all those influences that you saw on The Sopranos, I saw growing up.
Oh, wow.
So, a lot of times when, or in this movie and, a couple of the other ones that, I'm currently doing, I don't even feel like I'm acting when I'm, doing, not that I've been a mob boss, but I've been associated with so many of these people throughout my whole life that it sort of comes natural to me. So, that's how I can say the town of Glen Ridge, being where it was, not so much Glen Ridge per se, but the surrounding areas, prepared me for this. As well as the fact that, at the time, I say he's a very good friend because he was at the time, although I haven't spoken to him in decades, Tommy Mapother, which the public knows as Tom Cruise.
Right.
Was a good friend of mine.
Right,
We went
to
high school together. I remember when he did his first movie, and everybody thinks it was Risky Business, but it wasn't. It was Endless Love. He played a soccer player in that Brooke Shields movie, and I remember when he came back, we went out to lunch and, talked about it and everything. So I sort of always had that little bug in me, to do that. So, I think that's where the Glen Ridge influence, got me set up for this.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah.
And of course, you, like some other actors that I do know, you're not a consummate actor from start to finish, meaning you had to stop what you were doing, raise a family, take care of all of them, and then come back to this idea of acting. Tell me how hard that is for somebody who's passionate about that, obviously family first, and I get that. But being away, I'm sure it's probably a balancing act now, because now you still have your family, now you're trying to be an actor more and more and more. So how does that work? How does the juggling act work?
Well, you just gotta prioritize is what you have to do. As you said, family does go first.
Sure.
And I try to be selective, a lot of times I get requests to do, certain things, and I don't feel if it's, I'm not one of these persons that just going to take everything that comes my way. It's not like people are throwing things at me, but it needs to be a role where I feel comfortable in. So I just don't go out there and just take anything. So, the traveling, is limited, in that regard.
Sure.
I like it. I like the craft, acting, but I know that my bread is buttered in my real job, and, taking care of my family is important. So, that's pretty much how I balance it, by not just doing everything.
Oh, you betcha. And of course, you're a mortgage broker.
Yes,
so
I
I'm
am.
picturing to myself, okay, so tell us about the business and what you do, because we all know what a mortgage broker is,
Sure.
but we want to specialize in what you do. And moreover, again, between that, how does that fit? I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I guess you have locations whenever you want them, right?
Pretty much.
There you
Pretty
go.
much. Well, one of the things with COVID is that everybody's works from home.
Oh, right.
And although I've always worked from home a certain amount of time, now it's 100% of the time. You know,
Okay.
I've got, you know, built a home office, you know, with technology. I mean, back in the day, because I've been doing this over 30 years, you'd have to go to somebody's house, you'd have to meet them at the real estate office, they'd have to come into your office, handwrite all the applications. Now you send them a link, boom, they fill it out online.
right.
You know, very rarely do I even see any of my clients anymore. You know,
gosh.
or back in the day, you know, you saw them, and I liked that, to be quite honest
sure.
with you. But the younger generation, they don't want to know nothing. You know, what's your website? That's it.
Absolutely.
So from that standpoint, you're able to be a lot more productive in less time. So, you know, I have to thank God that I have that type of a career, which I'm basically self-employed.
Right.
You know, so I can juggle whatever I need to juggle, and I can talk to a customer here. I can talk to them whether I'm in California.
Nice.
You know, if I got my laptop, you know, email them whatever I need to email them, send them a link. So it makes it's a great job to have if you want to pursue something like acting.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah.
Now, the 2 in Point, obviously, we've all heard, of course, about the Many Saints of Newark,
Yeah.
which is going to be coming out. Of course, the trailer just hit not so long ago. So I guess the one question that perplexed me, I mean, there's so many, but the one that I want to ask you in particular is, I can imagine that the spirit of James Gandolfini is present in a lot of this, not just with Michael there, but just, you know, this was his kind of baby, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Now you're carrying this on. Do you feel more pressure and intensity by being in it to make it as good as, let's say, The Sopranos, for instance?
Well, you know, I can tell you this, that, you know, on set, everybody admires, you know, James Gandolfini. There's no doubt about it. You know, his son being on set, you know, I wasn't in any scenes with Michael Gandolfini, but he was on set. I met him.
Sure.
What a nice young man. Unbelievable. Humble, respectful, kind. I mean, I can't even come up with the number of accolades I would need to describe him. But, you know, outside of that, there really wasn't, you know, a lot of other people that were, you know, Sopranos there.
Sure.
You know, you understand that this is a Sopranos prequel, you know, but outside of, Michael Gandolfini being there, I mean, of course, David Chase was there. He was on set.
Right.
You know, he was directing everything, you know, and the producer of it. But, you know, you still felt, at least I did, and I can't really speak for everybody else, I felt that you were doing something special because, you know, it was still the Sopranos, and, you know, I'm happy to say that, you know, now I can say I'm a part of the Sopranos.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Although, you know, I'm going back in time, but
Sure.
you know, I was on set, you know, and worked, you know, with Junior Soprano, you know, and
That's awesome.
you know, Big Pussy, and
Sure.
you know, all these guys in their younger days, but you know, I did my scenes at Satrial's Pork Shop store, you know,
Nice.
meat shop. So, you know, that's cool. So,
Absolutely.
you know, being there, I understood exactly what this was about, and I understand how important it was because, you know what? James Gandolfini passing obviously had a lot of impact, you know, on everybody that was a part of The Sopranos, and I believe also on their fans. And on the fans that are looking forward to seeing this again, or seeing this movie, they're diehard fans, as you can see. I mean, this is the second Soprano con we've done, and the turnout's just been phenomenal.
Sure.
So and those are the only people that are able to travel and commute to get here, or have the resources to fly here, stay for a couple of nights, pay for the ticket. But you know, there's tens and tens of thousands and millions, frankly, of Sopranos fans out there.
Sure.
So I know that it's important, and I took it seriously.
Oh, of
knowing
course.
that.
You betcha. Now we have a mutual friend, Sierra. I see you guys are doing the Mob King movie as well.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
I can't tell you much.
Oh, no. I knew that was coming, but I had to ask.
You know, Ciro is also doing a TV show, The Mob Kings,
Yeah.
in Spain. So they stopped production of The Mob King because he has to go back out to Spain. So,
Got it.
because that's really, you know, that his main obligation is that. And, you know, we're supposed to start shooting again, from what I
Okay.
understand, in October. So, you know, my scenes haven't been filmed yet.
Oh, got it.
But it's been put on hold until, you know, he does what he needs to do in Spain, and then, you know,
Gotcha.
reshoot. So,
Got it. Now, you're also the producer of the Family Feud. Now, what's
an
going
associate producer.
Okay, gotcha. Now, what's going on with that, or can you tell us what that's about?
Well, yeah,
Since the audience doesn't know.
this is a you know, a fun movie. You know, it's the mobsters meet hillbillies.
Oh, gosh.
So it's got Bigfoot undertones to it and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. It was great working with these guys. You know, I worked with a lot of the guys that were on Sopranos. We just saw Paul Borghese walk by a second ago. You know, he's in that movie. I worked with him on that. Tony Darrow, you know, is in that movie. You got William DeMeo, Joey D'Onofrio, Joseph D'Onofrio, excuse me. So I mean, a lot of good guys on it. So that was fun. That was a fun project, is what it was.
Now,
I was glad to be a part of it.
Is it in the can, or what's the status of that as we speak?
Well, it's filming has been done, and you know, and it's in you know, post production.
Got it.
So that's where it is. So
okay, got it. So if people have watched you today, they want to see your work, do you have anything out roaming around right now, or where can they find you?
Well, you know, I did a film that's right now on the circuit with all the film festivals.
Oh.
Very small part, but you know, I'm happy to be a part of it. Called The Reunion.
Okay.
Okay. And shot that right after The Many Saints of Newark. And it was delayed, like everybody else was delayed.
Sure.
Because of the COVID. So that's doing the film circuit as we speak. And I think, you know, they're looking to get it picked up by somebody. So, you know, as of right now, I can't say too much about that because I really don't know where that's going, but it is doing the film circuit.
Perfect monster. I can't really say anything about anything really. Well, you can tell us where to find you on social media and your mortgage.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've got a regular Facebook page like anybody else,
yes.
You know, and, you know, Instagram.
Okay.
Johnny Ruggs, one or something like that. I don't even know. Somebody asked me earlier. I said, here's my phone. Hit Twitter. How do you find what my name is? I don't know. So I'm a little.
You're on IMDb.
Yeah, I'm on IMDb is where you can find
and
me.
For your mortgage needs.
For my mortgage, yeah, John RUGG1562@gmail.com.
See that? See how
Shoot
simple
me
that
an
was?
email. And,
there you go.
You know, I'll be happy to help you out any way I can.
Your New Jersey mortgage guy right here.
There you
AKA
go.
that, and a wonderful actor and a great guy. Thank you so much.
It's my
for
pleasure.
doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.